Cool. Right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome, people, to episode 234 of Dude and the Monkey. I am one of your co-hosts, Mark Foster, and as ever, I am joined by
Ian Loring.
Ian Loring, who is currently burning his face off with Jack Daniels.
Fucking hell, man. Single barrel Jack Daniels. Jesus fucking Christ.
There's some nice of those, like, different sort of flavoured Jack Daniels as well. I got the apple one last year. It's like a punch, like a whiskey punch thing.
Oh,
it was really quite nice. Yeah, it comes in like a standard size cherry Jim Beam bottle, but it's not. It's already pre-diluted and everything, so it's not like you have it as what is it? You have it just over ice on that. But it was really quite tasty.
Yeah,
I think they do a. I also got the cherry one as well, but that's the black cherry ones. It's a standard whiskey, but it's a cherry whiskey, which is really quite nice. So yes, we were just saying that we were originally going to be recording Playing It Forward with Noel, but we've put that back to Monday because Noel's got work commitments on there. So we're still bringing you a podcast. We thought we'd still bring you episode 234 a little bit earlier than it might have happened because obviously we've been doing the Playing It Forward cast. So next week you'll get Playing It Forward, and you'll get T35 because we'll be covering the Disaster Artist, I believe.
Oh shit! Is it playing for you next week?
What? No, it'll be next week. It'll be the week after. We'll have the Disaster Artist, won't we? And then the week after that, is it Star Wars?
Yeah, I think it is. Fuck.
Yes. And the week after that is
Jumanji.
Is Jumanji Christmas weekend?
Hang on. So Star Wars is like Thursday the 14th. I think Jumanji is out like maybe the Monday or the Tuesday after that.
That's fucking brave, isn't it?
Well, you know, it's...
Jumanji's going to make money, isn't it? Because it looks fantastic.
Let's fucking have a look. Let's have a look. We've kind of got time to indulge ourselves in this shit today. So
we do, yes. So while Ian's having a look at that, I'll just quickly tell you on what we're going to be covering. So we're going to be doing some what we've been watching. We're also doing a little bit of trailer chat. Probably quite a lot of tangent in, but yeah, we're just gonna we still wanted to bring you something. So we're just gonna kind of go with the flow and see how it goes. So we might give you an hour. We might give you an hour and a half because who knows what happens once we get this fucking baller rolling. So yeah, can I actually? Have you found that yet?
Jumanji is Wednesday the 20th.
That's good. You got Jumanji on the 20th, and then Bright's available on Netflix on the 22nd.
Yeah.
You know, there's some good shit happening.
The Greatest Showman is out on Boxing Day. I'll watch that. Like, why not? Molly's Game is New Year's Day.
Ooh.
All the Money in the World is the following Friday, as is Hostiles.
All the money in the world is out on January the 8th. 5th. Is out on January the 5th, and they started reshooting Christopher Plummer's scenes 2 weeks ago.
I saw a TV spot. Did you see that on Twitter today? There's a TV spot that's got some Plummer shit in it, and it's like that. I mean, good for Ridley Scott, man.
Did you see what Ridley Scott said about it as well?
Oh, like it's just like he's like lightning. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna get it fucking done, and he got it done.
No, he's asked, why the decision was made to do that, and he said, when I found out about it, I thought that's not right, it's not good, but a lot of people have worked damn hard to get this movie done. That it would be a shame, it would be wrong to let the actions of one asshole ruin all their hard work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also 100%, and I'm also glad. I need to rewatch Baby Driver, and I will before year end stuff. But I was glad that the National Board of Review in the US still put it in their top 10, because that's a film that, its reputation kind of could have been sunk, because that film is now like basically the last film Kevin Spacey is in, unless he has some mental career resurgence. Yeah. And yet that hasn't been torpedoed either. And Yeah, I mean, good on that film, and I think it shows how much people respect Edgar Wright and that film, that it hasn't just kind of like been swept up in that as well.
Which is it is that kind of blurred line we get to between artists and their art, and I actually think that there are many sort of different opinions on it, and I think that I don't think many people's are actually wrong, because it is one of those things whereby it is okay to have difference of opinions for what you would consider something that is still okay to watch, something that is not okay to watch, and the way that each person views it, that's kind of up to them. And it'd be, for instance, I won't watch Polanski movies, which of course I really do like quite a few of them, but I won't watch them. But I won't criticise somebody else for watching them, because that's their decision. It's not for me to put across that moralistic view across to that there. But I think it is something that you're allowed to have a difference of opinion, and also I think you're allowed to have a slight level of hypocrisy within that as well, to an extent, in the sense that yes, I won't watch a Polanski movie, but I will rewatch Usual Suspects at some point, because I really like the Usual Suspects. I can't just cut out Kevin Spacey movies. He's made some good movies. Yes, he's a prick, but and if he came out with something new, if he released a film where he was like, right, I'm going back and I've self-financed this movie that I've written and I've directed, I could then make a choice and go, well, fuck you, I'm not watching it.
I think with that kind of thing, I do wonder sometimes whether it's because like Polanski's a director and Spacey's an actor. Like Spacey is just a cog in the machine, whereas Polanski, or like Woody Allen, or like, James Toback now, I suppose, and Brett Ratner, like whether it's like those films are like from their minds to a much larger degree than Kevin Spacey in The Usual Suspects is Kevin Spacey's mind or something like that. I mean that's the thing. Is it going to stop me watching Seven? God no.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, like, fuck. And even though I'm kind of refusing to watch Seven until there's a 4K version on Apple TV, I'm getting like that now. It's like I don't want to watch that until there's a 4K version when it comes to rewatching things.
But that's perfectly fine, because I remember getting like that before when it was a switch over from DVD to Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's it's the Polanski thing. I mean that's don't criticize what other people watch unless other people are watching Grown-Ups. Would be my particular mantra.
That's it. I mean, another thing that I've spotted that kind of made me get a little bit, made my kind of teeth itch a little bit, is I saw several tweets from people celebrating, and don't get me wrong, this isn't a criticism of the movie or anything like that, but celebrating the fact that is it Lady Bird, the new Greta Gerwig movie with Saoirse Ronan?
Yeah.
Right? It's getting very positive reviews. Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched the trailer, and I'm interested. It's not a film that's within my wheelhouse, is what I would say. But I'm interested. And it looks like a decent film, and it's been well reviewed. But there was a lot of kind of things that seem to be from people around the film or people championing it because it's got a 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes at the moment.
I wrote a piece for Eat, Sleep, Live Film in 2010 called 100% I Don't Care, where people were getting fucking up in arms about Toy Story 3's 100% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think I remember this.
That was 7 fucking years ago, and people are still, like, banging on about the rating on Rotten Tomatoes. A site which, if a film got 100% 3-star reviews, that film would also be 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. You know, I mean, like, fuck, man. If you're going to use any of these sites as a stupid fucking metric for what's a well-regarded film or not. At least Metacritic breaks it down to 100 percentage points.
Yeah. That's it. That's the exact thing. The thing is, again, it's not the against the film. It's just it's just so weird in the fact that I've never put any substance in it. Rotten Tomatoes isn't even a site that I don't think I've ever. I probably have been on it, but I can't say I ever remember being on it. I must have been on it at some point, but I don't ever remember being on it. If that makes sense.
Sure.
But I don't get it in the same way as I don't get how people get up in arms and get their panties in a wad about IMDb ratings. Oh, how can IMDb have? I don't care. Do you know what? If something is in the top 10 on IMDb, it doesn't mean that it is officially one of the 10 best films of all time. It just means people have clicked on something. That's all. That's it. And the thing is, a lot of the time, these people haven't seen them a lot of the time for newer stuff.
Yeah.
Do you remember when, what is it? Was it The Dark Knight Rises at one point had 100% on IMDb, and it was like a week, it was like a month before it actually came out.
Mm. It's fucked. I don't know. It's the death of critical discourse. It's okay. It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's go see that. And that system is fucking retarded. And anyone who legitimizes Rotten Tomatoes by even writing pieces about the fact that Lady Bird is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes is in a way infantilizing film discourse. And in all honesty, they are the same fucking people who whine about such and such, like the Dissolve closing down because no one's advertising on it because nobody's reading their long articles, which were fucking brilliant.
The Dissolve was really good. We were big fans of it, weren't we?
The Dissolve was fucking amazing, and I'm so glad that those people do podcasts now because they're great. But so the people writing about it's great that Lady Bird is 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, same people who fucking bitch and whine about these sites closing down. You can with this kind of thing, you can't have it both ways. Do you want the simple fucking thumbs up, thumbs down of Rotten Tomatoes? But at least with Siskel and Ebert, they combined it with some fucking discourse. They actually had a conversation. Rotten Tomatoes, critical consensus, yeah, it's fucking brilliant. Everyone loves it, 100%. No, everyone gave it mixed to positive reviews. Yeah. Put that on the fucking poster, Lady Bird. And I'm sure Lady Bird's awesome.
Yeah, but that's it. It's not against that film as such. It's just I noticed it particularly with that film. Now, if it was the fifth Transformers movie was champion saying, look, we've got 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, you could say, yes, that makes sense for that film, who that film is pitching at. Mm-hmm. But Lady Bird doesn't. It doesn't make sense because the people that's supposed to be pitching at are supposed to be those types who are above that kind of thing. They're supposed to be ones who want a positive review out of something like Time Out and The New Yorker and things like that, not off something that is either fresh, a shiny red tomato, or rotten, a squished tomato.
Yeah, quite. I don't know. It just... And I mean, I get why people want to be on Rotten Tomatoes, like their reviews do get more visibility that way, but you don't get the poster quotes, you get certified fresh.
Yeah,
I like just fucking that is how that's not dumbing things down. I don't know. You got a big red tomato and it's fresh, that means go see this fucking film.
Yeah,
but even then again, I say all that. Our rating system is based on poo.
Yes, it is.
We talk.
But I was. That's almost. It's. Because I was thinking about that, and I genuinely did think of this and thought, well, hang on a minute. We do a podcast where we rate it around a very juvenile rating system, which is possibly more juvenile than the fresh. What is it?
It's not possibly. No, possibly about it, Mark. It is.
There's no possibly.
Embrace.
No, right. So I did think about that, but I thought, but then again, ours is almost like it's a tongue-in-cheek fucking wink as would you recommend it?
Yes,
is what that is. And I think that's a better way to do it, because often we could qualify it with, well, I would recommend it, but I don't recommend it to these and these and these.
And the thing is, we're not doing it to get on posters. Like, seriously, the day there is an official film poster or ad with definitely not shit, dude and a monkey, is the day I basically blow my brains out because I think I've achieved.
Yeah, that's it. It's yeah, yeah. It would be. We would not take it graciously, would we? We would fucking gloat like motherfuckers.
I think that would be the end of the podcast. I don't think we could get any better than that.
No, it'd all be fucking downhill.
It would though. Yeah. You know, could you imagine if like the poster quote was Geostorm, dude and a monkey?
This film has been certified Geostorm by Dude and the Monkey.
Yeah,
you just have a lot of people looking at it going, what the fuck does that mean? It must be some kind. There must be some kind of like deep meaning behind it. No. You clearly don't subscribe.
No, I just. Oh my god.
Ian. Shall we do Infinity War last of the trailers, or should we do it first?
Fuck, man. I don't even know if I got any other trailers, to be fair. I mean, like, if you want to start reeling through them, I'll probably go, yeah, I saw that, yeah, I saw that, yeah, I saw that.
Early Man, the new Aardman animation.
Oh, yeah, I saw that a while back, but I don't think I ever talked about it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I just don't like stop animation. I really wish I did, but then again, I really liked Cooper and the Two Strings.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think it looks funny. Lottie is very, very charmed by it. So What I'll say there is, I thought that Pirates was like, I was very adamant. I don't want to see this. It looks shit. Isabel wanted to see it, so I went to see it. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah. Oh, in an adventure with scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant. So you know what I'm saying is with Early Man is, if you're going to go and see it with Lottie, I'm probably going to go and see it just to see how wrong I am about the trailer.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I do like Aardman, and I am quite. There's something about it that's not quite there for me, but you know, I'll check it out. It's January. You know, I'm going to need something to go take Lottie to, and that would be nicely for me, and she'll sit through the whole thing, I'm sure.
Yep. Mary Magdalene.
Oh fuck! I didn't get to see this, but I've heard things. How was it?
Well, it's ballsy, is what I'll say there. You know, a film about Mary Magdalene, really, which is kind of a little bit like it's a film about Jesus told through the eyes of Mary Magdalene. Kind of is what it's going to be. Let's face it. So yeah, that's a ballsy movie to make just off the bat.
It was a blokey who did Lions doing that.
Lion, yeah. Garth Davis, yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
So, you know, you've got to give credit for the balls of it. You've got Joaquin Phoenix as Jesus, so there's that. But it does seem a little bit like, I don't know, a little bit like you're caught in controversy there.
Mm-hmm.
You're wanting to piss people off, and as anti-religion as I am, it's a little bit like there's a cynic in me that's going, yeah, you're thinking, well, it's already going to make its money back because the nutters are going to go and see it to say how much they hate it, and the anti-nutters are going to go and see it to piss the nutters off.
It's a solid business plan, that.
It is a solid business plan, yeah. So it's, and I hope they release it around Easter. So yeah, but it doesn't look that interesting, to be honest.
I think it's telling. Sorry.
Yeah, the movie that you think it's going to look a little bit like is the movie it looks a little bit like.
I don't think it's like opening in the US to qualify for an Oscar run or anything. I've heard no buzz on it whatsoever, so I think that probably tells you something. Then again, I think it might have been like one that was a Weinstein film. So there's I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix is Jesus. Fuck, man, put that on the poster. I'll turn up.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll watch it, and I'm sure it'll have its merits, but there's nothing in it that makes me go, ooh. Sure. Yes. What else is there? I think we're up to the Avengers: Infinity War. So Noel has actually messaged us to give his feelings on this.
Yes.
He's put. Well, I must admit, I was expecting a bit more from that. My 2 pence worth is it doesn't look even nearly as spectacularly game changer as they've promised. In fact, aside from additional characters, Spidey and Panther, I'd say it felt rather Age of Ultron-y. What were your views on it?
Yeah, kind of that, really. I mean, it looks expensive. That's about all you can really say. It's all set up, you know what I mean? But, I mean, I don't know. Thanos just looks like a big guy.
Yeah. Well, everyone's right. It does look a little bit like Bruce Willis.
And that, yeah, fuck yeah, he does.
Looks a little bit like Bruce Willis choking on a peach pip or something.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it is just a little bit like.
Nah.
Yeah, when the Avengers got together, it's all these people on the screen. Now it's all these other people on screen as well. Hey! And,
it just. The thing is, I didn't watch it until I got home, so I'd sort of seen on Twitter like the reaction of all these people losing their shit about it, and I just thought, when people start to lose their shit that much about something, that's a bad sign. That's a sign that it's not that great. And then I watched it and thought. But I'm actually quite looking forward to it. You've got Captain America with a beard, I'm fine with that. So I was very much like, right, go on then. And then I watched it and thought, looks messy. Looks really messy. Looks like they're throwing so much at the screen. And they're praying that it's all going to fucking stick, but you're still going to be able to make the picture out. And it just doesn't. It looks like it could be about. Looks like it could be about 4 hours long.
Well, I mean, like they're already filming Avengers 4, like because this is the 2018 one. Then I think there's another one in 2019, and then like Kevin Feige, like he didn't there was a big thing with Vanity Fair, I think it was. And I read that piece. It's actually a really good piece, fair play. But he was saying like Avengers 4 is a finale for essentially the overarching themes of the Marvel Universe up to this point, which does, and it's like some of them are gonna be done. But then again, need that so fucking badly. We do, that.
But then again, I remember him saying similar things about, that things were going to change with Age of Ultron, and then he said the same thing about big things were going to change in Civil War, and that's where it started the idea of shit. Are they going to kill off Tony Stark? And then they didn't. They pushed it out a little bit. I really enjoyed Civil War. I thought it was very, very good.
The thing is, at this point, they have got so many up and comers that they could start leaning away from Iron Man I mean, I thought it was interesting that in this teaser, Tony Stark is not in this teaser that much. You know, like at that end, like them running towards the camera, it's Black Panther, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Hulk,
Yeah.
Black Widow, and Black Panther's mate. I don't know what her name is, so forgive me, but like Black Panther isn't out yet, so hey.
Yeah. It's fine to not know that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I mean, it kind of feels like, you know, do we need much more of Bruce Banner? In all honesty, do we? Like, he can't have his own solo film because of the whole Universal thing. You know, he's a good supporting character. He doesn't need to be around all the time.
Thing is, I don't think I want a in the same way as I don't want a Black Widow solo movie, and I wouldn't have wanted a Loki solo movie. I don't want a Hulk solo movie. I think that would just be it'd be fucking wringing the fucking towel a little too tight.
But wouldn't it be nice if him and Black Widow could just walk off into the fucking sunset and be done?
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. You know, Chris Evans, he doesn't want to do Captain America all his fucking life. He obviously doesn't, and good for him. You know.
No, I mean, he's essentially, I mean, not essentially, he's outright come out and said, hasn't he, Chris Evans, that that once they're done with his cap, and he's basically said that he won't ever quit Captain America if there's still somewhere for him to go, because he potentially said, I owe my career to this character, and I it'd be wrong for me to do that. But I think they know that there's a winding down from it. But he essentially said that he wants to, for all intents and purposes, kind of give up acting and just go into directing.
And that's the thing, you know. And I mean, like, Winter Soldier can be a supporting character in shit for a bit, you know, and fucking Falcon can be a supporting character in, Captain America in other films, and Captain America can go on his way. You know, you got Ant-Man coming up, you got Captain Marvel, you got Black Panther, you got Spider-Man. I mean, you've got enough people that can carry it on. And if you're going to have Tony Stark as like the fucking Godfather character who comes in and does a bit, like Spider-Man Homecoming, then great. But I mean, like, what more do we actually need from Tony Stark now in terms of like character? He's done his fucking Playboy thing. He's done his trying to save the world in his own way and it fucking up thing. And, this after Civil War, it kind of feels like maybe he'll get a bit of redemption with Infinity War. And then on his fucking way, he can Todd, and every now and then he can just pop up.
Yeah, which is fine. And it makes more sense to the character than constantly having him be Iron Man. He can't be Iron Man when he's in his 60s.
Straight up, And I mean, that's it. Spider-Man Homecoming, he's good. Fucking good. And so I don't know. It's a teaser designed to get people excited because loads of people are going to be in it, and isn't that fun? And yay! But yeah, I don't know. I get Noel's disappointment.
That's it. Does it really need to tease people? People are going to see it anyway.
No, I know, but it's like build up the fucking hype and all that shit. Yeah,
that's it. I expect. What I'll say there is, I expect the second trailer to be a lot better.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yes. Right. I think that's it for trailers, isn't it? Because it's not been that long since we last actually recorded. Yes. Right. Well, let's get into it then, Ian. What have you been watching? We'll do it in. I think I've got 7.
Yeah, I'll just count how many I've got. Okay,
yeah,
so
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We'll do 3 and then 3 and then
5.
4 and then 3.
Hang on. Did I talk about Lost in Space already?
No.
Okay. Lost in Space. So I watched it a couple of weeks back now, but obviously we didn't do what we watched last week. So this film took me like literally 4 days to get through.
You were watching it for a long time.
Like, no, yeah, no, yeah, that's right. I was WhatsApping you guys, wasn't I? Now, Lost in Space is a film that literally, I think, came out, and after the opening weekend, everybody, including those in it, forgot it existed.
Yeah.
But it was on Amazon Prime. This film is mental. I mean, this is the cast is so fucking 90s.
I'm just looking at it again now. You know, William Hurt, Heather Graham, Lacey Chamber's in it.
Mimi Rogers,
yeah. Matthew
Matt
LeBlanc. Gary Oldman.
And you got Gary Oldman as like the comedy villain. Even though he is the villain, he's also like weirdly comedic side relief. It's very, very weird. And I mean, it's a film that tries to position Matt LeBlanc as just like a badass, but literally he's acting like Joey Tribbiani acting in a big action blockbuster. It's fucking bizarre. You know, like Matt LeBlanc is not a good actor, but he's charismatic, but he's not in this at all. I don't know. Like he is doing the old like smell the fart acting. And I was reading, like, I am like with Amazon Prime, you pause it, it does this X-ray thing where it pulls off trivia from IMDb.
Yeah.
And like just the fact that they offered this to Matthew Perry first.
Yeah.
And it was like, what if Matt LeBlanc didn't accept it? Were they going to go to David Schwimmer? You know, it just
was it the Matthew Perry? He turned it down because I think they wanted him to bulk up for it. Because he was in one of his "I'm addicted to painkillers again" things and was really and lost loads of weight.
Yeah.
And basically it was like, no. So they just offered it to Matt LeBlanc instead.
I believe that. It's like, what makes a casting director think that they are two similar people for a role? And to be fair, it is way more a Matt LeBlanc role than it is a Matthew Perry role.
God, yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, he is playing it like Joey. It is the weirdest. It's almost method. But I don't know. Just William Hurt being the lead in an action blockbuster is fascinating, and he just plays it so one note, deadly serious the entire way through. But it's painful. And it's a film that it's all over the place. It's like the start is this space battle against these forces that are kind of trying to sabotage humans' plans of like going through into intergalactic space. And then they go off and it's like sabotaged, and then they get lost. And then there are these spider things. And then it turns into a Sins of the Father thing where like there's like a time warp thing, and William Hurt's kid is abandoned and grows up to be twisted and being mentored by a Gary Oldman spider hybrid. It's like, what the shit is this film doing?
I remember that.
And it just like, I mean, it's like, but the whole Sins of the Father thing, you don't see that these days in cinema. And just, I don't know, like, older people being leads in blockbusters isn't really a thing these days. And I mean, like, in a way, Geostorm kind of harkened back to an earlier age of blockbusters. But, you know,
it did, yeah.
Gerald Butler's not old, but he's older than the vast majority of leads in blockbusters these days. And yeah, it's fascinatingly shit.
Gerard Butler will have been the same age as William Hurt was when he made Lost in Space. Yeah,
that's cray. Like that.
It is.
Wow.
Yeah. And also, this is William Hurt, 4-time Oscar-nominated actor and 1-time Oscar winner, I believe.
Mm. And he's rocking up in Lost in Space.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's oh fuck! I tell you what, as well, the CG. There's a little CG alien creature that they pick up along the way, and I mean it's before Jar Jar, and it makes you appreciate Jar Jar more.
Did I read really rightly that Jar Jar's coming back?
Fuck, I hope not.
I'm sure I read that.
What, in episode 8?
Yeah.
Oh, cheeky old Ryan Johnson.
Carry on. I'll double check that.
God damn, man. Last Jedi is 2 weeks tomorrow. That's fucking wow. Anyway. Yeah, so Lost in Space. It's on Amazon. It's like 2 hours long. Why? I'll never watch it again. So there you go. That's my life's worth of watching the 1998 film Lost in Space done. I am filling. Well,
yeah, apparently Jar Jar Binks is making a return in, what is it?
Great stuff.
Jar Jar Binks return, Star Wars, The Last Jedi.
Are you just Googling it?
Apparently, Variety are reporting it.
Shit. You sure it doesn't link to a Rickroll?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and I'm also not going to click on it just in case. So let's just say it is true.
Okay. All right, cool. Look forward to that. Talk about that with Steve. I'm sure Steve will be back on. So that'll be fun.
Yes. Cool. What else have you got?
Yeah, okay. Right. Did I talk about War for the Planet of the Apes?
No.
Okay. War for the Planet of the Apes. Well, that is a mighty film. That is a mighty film. Oh shit! Didn't talk about my new TV.
Holy shit! I know you got it.
Yeah.
Right, go on. New TV chat. What film did you watch? What film did you watch first on it?
Oh, fuck! How the fuck did I not talk about that? Oh God! Oh, Spider-Man: Homecoming. Oh, thank God for that, because the second film I watched, I'll talk about. And oh my God, if I christened it with that. Yeah. Okay. So, new TV. Black Friday was a son of a bitch. Through discounts at work and a mad discount in Currys, where the guy said, "Do you want protection on your TV? $2.99 a month?" I was like, "Not really, no." I was like, "Tell you what, I'll knock 25 quid off the price. Sign up for the direct debit now, and you can just cancel it once it's set up." And I was like, "What? And you'll take 25 quid off?" He was like, "Yeah, our manager's just telling us to do it."
Yeah, what that is, they're getting a bonus based on the amount of these they get signed up for over the weekend, and it'll be a bonus based on sign-ups rather than actual go-throughs. We used to get it all the time in mobile phones with stuff like that, and we used to do the same. We used to say to people, just take it, fucking cancel it, take it, come in. And it used to be sort of worth it to the point of the fact that you'd be like, you could give a bigger discount on the phone than it would cost for them to do it. We used to have one, I remember, we used to actually pay for people by knocking it off the price of 3 months insurance, which was £23.97, and I still remember that to this fucking day. And it's been like 14 years since I saw mobile phones.
Nice.
But I still remember it's this day, £23.97. And yeah, we used to literally, sometimes with people, to the point of where we'd literally give them it out of the fucking till.
Nice. No, I mean, like, I figured it was going to be some sort of commission-y type thing, but it was like, yeah, fucking go for it. So between those, like a TV that was 900 quid a few months back, I got for 525.
That's not bad.
I put my TV on eBay, started it at £100. I got 320 for it.
So you've effectively paid like 180 quid for a new TV.
About 200, yeah.
That's not bad, though, is it?
Now, the thing is, right, this is a TV that... so the TV I've got at the moment accepts HDR signals. Well, my old TV, sorry. Has HDR, Netflix, and Amazon Video apps, but it's not really HDR. It does make the picture different, but it's not really it. And only one of the HDMI ports even does it. This one is 4 HDMIs. They all do HDR. And it does Dolby Vision, which is Dolby's proprietary HDR format, which Apple TV also supports. So, as well as like normal HDR content, I get Dolby Vision content, which it's kind of HDR, but they like literally you can break it down in the metadata by like shot and stuff like that. So it's not like one set level all the way through. Like it can be different.
Yeah.
Now, I'll be honest, it's had some HDMI handshake issues where it randomly made my Apple TV stop doing sound, and I had to hard reset my Apple TV.
When was that?
Last Saturday or Sunday.
Right, that's weird.
Why did yours do that?
Mine did that Saturday on Sunday.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think it was Sunday.
Yeah, my Apple TV, it did the same thing. It was I started up Jagged Edge, and it was just spinning. That was it, and then all of a sudden it started, stopped, came out, and it said this title is not available on your on this Apple TV. Started it again. It started no sound, so I had to hard reset, and then it came back up again.
Fuck.
But I've had that a couple of times with the Apple TV. No, it's don't get me wrong. Apple TV is fantastic, but I've had to a couple of times do a hard reset on it.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's connected then, but like we haven't had a problem since either. So, and yeah, I mean, it's amazing what a difference a couple of years in like screen tech can do. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The Revenant, $3.99 in 4K HDR. I got that for on Apple TV. Fucking hell. $3.99. The Revenant again looks incredible. I mean, it looks better than it did on my old TV, but I think that's more the TV than the quality of the stream. And it already looked fucking amazing. Yeah, it's making everything look awesome, like everything. The colors are so fucking vivid. It's not OLED because you will pay way upwards of $1,000 for an OLED TV with HDR. But it's what LG calls Super LCD, which is essentially their level between normal HDR TVs and OLED TVs. And it looks awesome. Like I played a bit of Mad Max Fury Road in 4K, and that fucker is stonking. Like I sincerely recommend. I mean, I know you're going to do this already, but when you are ready to go 4K, A, you can use my discount. B, fucking I'll do you right. I'll make sure I fucking pick out a good one for you. But like,
I've absolute fucking trust in you on this. Literally, when I am ready to fucking push the button, it will literally be, Ian, this is my budget. There we go.
Nice. But yeah, no, and I mean, like, Dolby Vision, LG do it at the moment. Sony have announced that I think this year and I think last year, 8 HDR TVs will get Dolby Vision in a firmware update. It's a fucking minefield, this. Samsung have their own extra special HDR format that they're pushing. I think HDR 10 Plus. So they will not do Dolby Vision for the foreseeable. But essentially, with Apple TV, if you don't have Dolby Vision, the Dolby Vision titles will still play in HDR, but they won't have this extra layer of metadata, so it won't be quite as tuned as it would be otherwise.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of all over the place there, but it's fucking it's really, 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 really pretty.
So you're happy with it then?
Yeah. My only issue, even though I've turned this off, so it's fine. But there was a feature called LED local dimming where it makes like blacks blacker. However, in the parts of the screen where it's not black, the backlight is more intense on those parts of the screen, but it doesn't do it in individual pixel areas. It does it in almost like sixths down the screen. So
right, yeah.
when, like, say a logo pops up, like that whole middle of the screen will be more backlit than the rest, and it is distracting as shit. And I've got no idea why they even thought that was a good idea.
There'll have been some bit that they've done it, and then they haven't thought about it till afterwards.
Like, yeah, and I mean, the thing is, the bits where the blacks are blacker, those bits look awesome. And it's like, why can't it just be like that all the time? Because I think then the bits that are brighter won't be as bright. So I kind of understand it. But it was just like, I started watching Spider-Man Homecoming with Donna, and it was just like 2 minutes in, I was like, I can't be fucking doing with that. Turned it off, and it was like, okay, that's great.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, Wolf of the Planet of the Apes. So I watched it in 4K before on Apple TV before I got the TV, which is a shame. It was a bit of a spur of the moment thing, to be honest. So yeah, but yeah, Wolf of the Planet of the Apes. It's fantastic. It will be in my. It's gonna be kind of hard push to not be my number one film of the year at this point. That film,
which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, exactly. I could not be more pleased. It just the tech is absolute. I think unparalleled for what it's trying to do.
Yeah.
But the story is amazing as well, and it's the first Michael Giacchino score that didn't make me want to fucking kill myself in moments. So even that's a success as well. That film is fucking. I'm really, really sad that the kind of like the best picture kind of noises that were coming out when it first came out have completely died away. Because I think that film will and I think objectively will be more worthy of a best picture nomination than the vast majority of the films that will be nominated for best picture.
The thing is, when you're taking the idea of a best picture as an incumbent of everything that combines filmmaking. With War for the Planet of the Apes, you're using a similar kind of a similar reasoning for why it made sense and why you can completely see why, for instance, Avatar was nominated for Best Picture. Avatar as a piece of storytelling and things like that is quite basic and quite poor, actually. You know, I don't think you can criticise somebody for saying that it's actually quite a basic story, and it's not even a basic story told that fucking well. However, as a technical exercise of filmmaking, Avatar, there's no getting away from it. It was spectacular. However, I think that the spectacle was all Avatar had, and once you take away spectacle, it is just a little bit naff, really. Whereas War for the Planet of the Apes, the spectacle isn't showing off. It isn't all it's got. The spectacle is there to tell the story, and it's using the technology rather than to say, "Fucking look at what we can do." It's look at what we can do and look at what we've done with it, which is very different. And so, even if there's no way I think you can argue that technically it should be nominated. I think based on the story wise, I think it should be nominated. And And acting-wise, I think you can argue it should be nominated. Writing-wise, everything is on point with that film. Whether or not it deserves to win or not is a different matter. But I would hazard to guess that if there's 10, let's say there is 10 films that get nominated this year, I would say that out of the 10 films that will get nominated, there will be at least 6 that are less worthy. Might be better movies, but are less worthy of a nomination than that. Because when you get 10 nominations for it, really realistically, there's only 3 that could win it. The other ones are there as a gesture of, look at this.
Yeah.
And that film, whether or not it's going to win it or not, deserves that gesture of, look at this. Look at what fucking cinema can do.
That's great. Yeah, that's a fantastic way of putting it, man. I mean, I actually I can't add to that.
Sorry.
No, it's good. By the way, as well, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, 4K, iTunes next week, a tenner.
It's a tenner, isn't it? Yeah,
tenner.
They've kept it at a tenner, haven't they?
And it's got extras.
Yeah, you know that's. I was quite surprised they kept that at a tenner, but they've not budged on it.
That's what they're doing, man. They're keeping the to buy prices nice and cheap, and then fucking you on the rental prices.
Because it's $5.49 in it.
It'll be $5.49 to rent. Like fucking everything is on iTunes now, but that's fine because I don't rent this shit. I buy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll do one other, and then I'll hand over. What should I do? I mean, I already kind of talked about it actually. Spider-Man: Homecoming. So yeah, it's good. I liked it slightly less than I did the first time. Yeah. I kind of think it's ever so slightly bitty, I think. Like it it's got to introduce Spider-Man, and it's got to have Tony Stark in it, and it's got to try and introduce this villain as well. It's Michael Keaton, so it's quite an interesting villain. And then you got that plot twist, which I still think is a very, very lazy coincidence. And yes, all right, fine, you'd never guess it, but you'd also never guess it because this guy's daughter just so happens to be the object of Peter Parker's affections. Really? Really? All right, fine. Also, I don't think the action sequences are that great. Like, there's nothing memorable in any of the action in this film. But I think Tom Holland's fantastic. I think Michael Keaton is great. I think he's one of the best Marvel Studios villains.
Without question, yeah. That they nailed the villain in that. But then again, they nailed it because it's Michael Keaton, and he can be, when he's as sinister, if not more sinister, as I can't remember the character's name now.
As just a normal dad.
As Michael Keaton rather than as the Vulture. Yeah, no, straight up.
So, but I mean, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man: Homecoming 2 or whatever the fuck it's going to be called. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, cool. All right, I'll hand it over to you, bud.
Cool, right. I rewatch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as I do every Thanksgiving because it's the Thanksgiving movie, isn't it? Let's be honest. There are other films that set around Thanksgiving, but it's kind of like it's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, so I watch it every year, either on Thanksgiving or around that kind of those days there. It's fantastic. It's still fucking. It was $3.99 as well on iTunes. So I'm pretty sure I bought it. I think I did. Let me double check that. Make sure I'm not talking bullshit. Because I know that I watch it every year as well. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I bought it for $3.99 on iTunes. There. But yeah, it's still a gut punch. Every time I watch it, that moment where you realise, there, even though I know the ending, it's still fantastic, and it's a great one in the fact that there's a remix of a song within it of the actual of Steve Martin losing his shit within the movie, which is
in the credits?
a brilliant in the film.
Really, I don't remember that. That's funny.
Yeah, there's a bit where where he gets the rental car and he goes out to it and it's not there, it's been stolen or it's not in the right place or anything like that. There's remix quotes within the song that's playing over it that are Steve Martin later on in the film and earlier on in the film saying things.
Bloody hell.
Within the movie. Yeah, so it really is fantastic. It's that greatness that is John Hughes that just kind of encapsulates these kind of things. And it's Steve Martin in peak form, and it's John Candy in peak form. So yeah, it's brilliant. Rewatch 999, which is the John Hillcoat movie with Casey Affleck, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Anthony Mackie, Aaron Paul, Clifton Collins Jr., Norman Reedus, Gal Gadot, Woody Harrelson, and Kate Winslet. It's a hell of a cast. It's good. I just get the feeling that it should be better.
Yeah.
In the sense that you've got that cast, you've got John Hillcoat. It's a little bit underwritten, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
What I get the feeling is that this might have been better as a 6-part miniseries and fleshed out a little bit. But here it's too condensed down in the sense that you don't... There's a great set piece in it. There's a couple of great set pieces in it. But a key one about halfway through where they go on a raid on a tower block, and it's a brilliant set piece, and it's quite it's almost Michael Mann-esque in its methodic nature of the way it does it, but in a very dirty John Hillcoat way rather than what would have been a very clean, crisp way. As in, Man did it, I suppose, in Miami Vice, where they're at the trailer park. There, it's very precise and concise and everything like that. This is a little bit more gnarly and a little bit more all over the place, but still has that kind of training. And it's the bit where you got Casey Affleck has got the protective shield in front of them. They're going from room to room. It's a really good set piece. But then you've also got Kate Winslet playing a Russian mobster.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Which is really fucking weird. Yeah, so there's that. So yeah, it's good, and it is absolutely my type of movie, but it probably should have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
A movie that had no right to be as good as it is was, and I watched this with Becky and Isabel. We watched it not this Sunday, the Sunday before. Is Triple X: The Return of Xander Cage?
Fuck yeah!
Which I said to Isabel, we're all going to sit down and we're having Sunday lunch, lunch together. And I said to Bex, well, we'll watch a movie while having lunch. It's like, all right, cool. What do you want to watch? So I'll have a look to see what's on Sky. So I think Isabel said to Isabel, right, Passengers or Triple X: Return of Xander Cage. Watch the trailers now because we're going to watch one of them while we're having lunch. And she sent me a message back saying, Triple X: Return of Xander Cage. We'll go for that because I've seen Passengers. And I was like, fine, that's brilliant. About 10 minutes in, Beck said, pause it a second. So I paused it and she went, really? Really? Is this film being serious? I was like, yeah, this film is being serious. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay, cool, fair enough. Mm-hmm. The next thing Becky said was, that's not how skiing works. Has anyone ever told Vin Diesel that's not how skiing works?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think they have. And I think if they had, he wasn't listening. She went, oh, great. Oh, he's on a skateboard now. Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That was all so they could watch a football match. Like, yes. She's like, fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so at this point, I'm saying to her, just to point out, very soon we're going to be introduced to a character who one of his special skills is he's just fun to be around. And they're like, are you taking the piss now, though, aren't you? Like, no, genuinely. And then it crops up on that title card. It says, just fun to be around. I'm like, oh no, wait a minute. So it is actually, that is his thing, that he's just fun to be around. It's like, yep. So he's got no, like, super skills or anything like that. Nope. Right. All right. Do you know what, though? The Return of Xander Cage is so much fun. There's a snapshot in this movie that sums up the entire movie, and it's when we're getting a foot chase between Donnie Yen and Vin Diesel, where they're running essentially towards a building and they're both going for the same thing.
Oh, in the middle of the cars coming at them.
Yeah, and they both get hit by a car.
Yeah.
And Donnie Yen looks up at Vin Diesel, and Vin Diesel looks back at him, and they both smile at each other.
Yeah.
That is this movie. Entirely encapsulated is them two smiling at each other.
Yeah, sorry.
Go on.
I was just going to say, I'm going to watch this again tonight. I'm so in the mood for Return of Xander Cage tonight. Fuck, that's perfect.
Yeah, and there was just like that's perfect, and both Bex and Isabel thoroughly enjoyed it. The scene where Nina Deborah turns up at first and she's talking about her safe word,
Kumquat.
Yeah, and that whole bit there, they were both just sat there going, "Oh my god, this is just fantastic." I'm going, I know, right? Yeah, it's brilliant. It's such a fun movie. It's a movie that goes where you get in the feeling that there's someone on set who's going, "Can I just point something out, though, DJ and Vin? Won't this be a bit silly?" And they've gone, yeah, too right it will. There's a guy who worked on this movie that it was possibly drove him mad because it's that silly. And he's been like, but oh my god, but this is it won't work like that. And I've gone,
yes, it will.
Calm down.
I don't care.
It's all right. It's cool. And it's gone, oh my god, no, it's not cool. It's not cool. I've gone, it is. It's cool. It's cool. And do you know what? It is cool.
Tony Yar just smiles throughout the entire film. It's fucking amazing. Like, he's just laughing and smiling all the way through it. It's incredible.
Yep, and his character is literally there just to be Tony Yar.
Fuck, man. I kind of want to get this podcast done so I can watch Return of Xander Cage. I'm sorry.
Right, well, I'm done with this round anyway.
Fuck.
So, back over to your good self.
I genuinely will be quite quick anyway. I took Lottie to go see Frozen with the new short that they had. Frozen was re-released in the cinemas. Number 5 in the UK top 10 this weekend. Frozen.
Fucking hell.
But
do you know what? Do you know what? If kids are going and they're enjoying it, who the fuck are we to fucking bemoan that?
Straight up. I like Frozen quite a lot, and Olaf's Frozen Adventure was fun.
Do you know what? I've seen Frozen, and I thought it was perfectly fine. I never need to watch it again. But the whole points back to the thing: cinema is for everybody. It isn't just for cinephiles.
Yeah, straight up. Lottie's never really actually paid attention and watched Frozen all the way through before. And she got really upset, actually. She's a very empathetic little girl, and if she knows people are sad, it makes her sad, and people are sad quite a lot in Frozen. So, and by themselves as well. People being by themselves and lonely is a big thing for her. So, yeah. So she is only 3, and Frozen is a PG, and I can kind of see why now. Never really got that before, but yeah. Okay, so the second film I watched on my 4K TV. So we had a bit of a stomach bug in our house over the weekend. So none of us were feeling particularly great. And we were looking through Netflix. You see, you watched Return of Xander Cage with your wife and your kid. I watched the Netflix original A Christmas Prince. Like that just. Right, the letterbox description, the tagline: she's looking for a scoop, he's looking for a queen. When a reporter goes undercover as a nanny to get the inside scoop on a Playboy prince, she gets tangled in some royal intrigue and ends up finding love. But will she be able to keep up her lie?
Wow.
Yeah, it's basically a Hallmark film, but it was in 4K on Netflix, so it was like, yeah, all right, then I'll watch it. So it's just like Donna.
That's
really,
totally random.
Yeah, no, I know. Like the thing is, Donna really likes watching these like made-for-TV Christmas, and as a lot of people do. I'm genuinely, I'm not going to poo-poo it. They're easy watching fluff that you can just throw on, and we watched the entire thing. And by the end, I kind of was intrigued to see how Prince Richard was going to become king due to some stuff about his lineage that came up. How it was resolved was fucking retarded. But, it's a film where there's a prince from a fake Eastern European country called Aldovia, but they all have British accents. It's one of those. But for some reason, it was a Netflix original. So there you go.
From the director of Inspector Gadget 2 and Jingle All the Way 2.
Okay, that's those are some films.
Actually, no, right? Can I just quickly, just slight tangent on this, like literally very quick tangent
Please
on this,
do.
right? The guy who directed that is called Alex Zab, right?
Mm-hmm.
These are some of the other films he's directed, right? He directed the Carrot Top film Chairman of the Board, right?
Great stuff.
But he also directed Inspector Gadget 2, a Dr. Dolittle sequel, Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2, Tooth Fairy 2, The Little Rascals Save the Day, which is a sequel to Little Rascals, Jingle All the Way 2. Yeah, so that was it. So out of the not too many films he's directed 6 sequels. Not a single one to a movie that he originally made.
Well, maybe you'll do a Princess Prince too.
Who knows?
It is what it is. It was fucking rubbish, but I'm not going to poo-poo anyone who watches it because I'd be poo-pooing my wife.
There you go.
And lastly, following Jim and Andy that we reviewed last week, I rewatched Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Oh, I fucking love Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura actually started my love for Jim Carrey.
That film has not aged well, man. Like the kind of like the transphobic stuff in it now.
Yes, yeah.
It's fucking brutal. It's really bad. The way that he sets fire to his clothes, and like the shower he takes, and the kind of like the toothpaste in his mouth, and like the way that like when it's revealed that Einhorn has like a dick and like balls at the end, and they all just start throwing up. There are bits of it that are genuinely funny. Don't get me wrong; they really, really are. But that film has not aged well.
I can see that certainly, yeah, in terms of for that particular aspect of it. But I think I don't know. It's a strange one, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, that's it. I'm done.
Cool. Right, I have a few to do. Rewatched Major League because it crops up on Netflix, and I kind of love that movie. And I jokingly suggested watching it to Bex, and she just went, "Do you know what? I can't be bothered arguing about what else we might watch. So yeah, let's watch it." I think, "Are you okay? Cool." And she actually quite enjoyed it.
Nice.
So yeah, so that was that. I watched the film. Rewatched Slither.
Oh, okay.
The Flip Noyce, Sharon Stone, William Baldwin movie, which also has Tom Berenger in it, which Tom Berenger was in Major League as well, which is quite strange. I didn't realise at the time. It's a it's a strange one, is Sliver, in the sense that still one of the weirdest fucking song placements to come out of that is the UB40 Can't Help Falling in Love.
Nice.
For that movie. It's the whole kind of crux of the movie falls on the fact that Sharon Stone will have been naked in it for quite a bit. Beyond that, there's not a lot there. Yeah, it's literally beyond that, there's nothing to this movie. So, if you like 90s erotic thrillers where Sharon Stone is naked quite a lot, just watch Basic Instinct because it's a much better movie.
Nice.
We watched The Game, which is kind of like, I get the feeling it's almost like David Fincher's forgotten movie.
Yes, it is.
In the sense that people, you could say, what about Panic Room? But I do think people talk about Panic Room more than The Game, because it's kind of like it's cooler to talk about that as Fincher's forgotten movie.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Where actually this is his forgotten movie because it's the movie he made after Seven, but before Fight Club. So he's still kind of honing a craft. Because Panic Room was made off the back of Fight Club to kind of, he made it to ensure that the kind of the box office failure that was Fight Club didn't fuck him up from making stuff in the future.
Mm.
Whereas he was, very much hot shit at this point, and he got Michael Douglas and Sean Penn, big actors at the time, to be in this, his follow up to Seven, and The Game's a really fucking good movie.
Yeah, no, fucking right it is, man.
It's maybe a little bit too long. I think you could maybe accuse it of, but I think maybe in the grand scheme of things nowadays, it would have been. It's just over 2 hours long, but it's Michael Douglas is very good at it. He's playing a very stoic character. It's also got a lot more nihilism than I think I remember. I remember it having.
Oh, dude, that's a bleak film. That is a fucking bleak film.
Yeah, it is. You can totally see. It's been a long time since I watched it. It's been maybe 20 years since I watched it. And obviously, at the time, the last time I watched it, I think I had, as forms of Fincher reference, Seven and maybe Fight Club. So I maybe watched it again post Fight Club. But now when you've got, things like The Social Network and Benjamin Button and Girl Dragon Tattoo and Gone Girl and all these other Fincher movies, and plus 20 odd years of Seven and things like that. It very much stands out as a Fincher movie. It really is. It is one that I think deserves a bit of a reappraisal, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to rewatch that again. I'm kind of
$5.99 on iTunes.
Oh, but is it 4K?
It isn't 4K. I did check. $5.99 on iTunes. So if it crops from 4K and it stays at $5.99, you're in for a bit of a treat there. It looks fantastic as well.
Yeah, nice.
And my last one, I rewatched Hackers.
I watched that a little while back. Yeah.
A movie that should look like shit and not hold up, but kind of does in a weird way.
Kinda.
It's. I think I remember you saying this at the time. Because I remember you talking about it not too long ago. Maybe it might be 6 months ago, maybe a year ago.
I don't know. It's probably I mean, more 6 months than a year, I reckon.
Yeah, I remember you saying, that it's still possibly the best representation of what the internet looks like inside it.
Mm.
And you're right, it is. There's almost like a 3D. They've almost created like a 3D world of the internet within the film, and it's really interesting. Because I know I'd seen Hackers before, but I don't really remember it that well. Because I think I saw it, when I was about 14, and I was probably pretty high, to be honest, when I watched it. So, and I haven't watched it sort of since then. But yeah, it holds up. It's an entertaining watch. It's fun. It's weird that Johnny Lee Miller did this in the same year as he made. It was released the same year as Trainspotting. It's kind of strange. Because he's playing, an 18-year-old kid in this, and he looks like he's in his mid-20s.
Yeah, no, fucking hell.
But yeah, Hackers. It's a lot of fun. I think I watched it on. I think it's on either Amazon Prime or Netflix. Can't remember what I watched it on.
I watched it on Netflix. I remember. Yeah.
I would think it must be on Netflix that I watched it then. Yeah. So that was.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's what I've caught. Obviously, I've watched the other Paying It Forward movies, but we'll talk about those next week on that show. Right, we do have a Twitter question, so I'm just going out of there.
Cool.
But I'm doing something very old school as well at the moment, in the sense that I'm not following the football score, and I'm going to watch Match of the Day, not knowing any of the football scores, which is something I've not done in a long, long while. Which also means that I am putting my faith in Liverpool against Stoke at Stoke, which is a terrible idea. I think
you're gonna have to wait a while for that to be on Match of the Day as well. It doesn't exactly scream first up, does it?
No, it doesn't at all. So yeah, I'm kind of quite excited about this. The thing is, I love a midweek Match of the Day. It's a special thing, and that harks back to being a kid, and the only football really I saw was Match of the Day. And so, when you get out midweek, it was like, this is fucking amazing. So it's harking back to that. So I'm very much looking forward to that. We do have a question, so I've managed to get on Twitter without seeing any football scores. Rick Kidd at Rick J Kidd. Has there ever been a film so bad that you've never been able to finish it, even when drunk?
I would just fall asleep.
Yeah, there's been many films that I've watched and fallen asleep. But then again, I have a thing where I do always try and finish everything.
Yeah, so, I can't. I would just fall asleep.
Yeah. A film that I forced myself to watch the end of is a film called The Devil's Chair, which is an absolute piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I forced myself to watch the end of that so I could then have an opinion on it.
That's got to be the way. No, I mean, I genuinely can't even think of any examples for me, in all honesty.
What else is there? There must be something. Oh, after walking out of the cinema of Wild Wild West, I then did rent it to watch it so I could have an opinion on it.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was right. It was fucking awful. I hated that movie. I think I might rewatch it at some point, though.
Wild Wild West?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that a few years back. I'm going to have to go in a minute, man. Sorry.
I'm going to go and eat in a minute. So, yes.
Cool.
So, that was episode 234 of Dude and the Monkey. We hope you enjoyed it. We had fun recording it, I'm sure. So, yes, next week we've got Playing It Forward, and then the week after that we've got The Disaster Artist, and then, we're pretty much running quite smoothly into the new year here, aren't we?
Yeah, fucking right, mate.
dudeandmonkey.com, Patreon/dudeandmonkey. I've got a show that I'm recording tomorrow that's hopefully going to be out tomorrow.
Sweet.
What else have we got? At Ian Laurie on Twitter, at Dude the Monkey, at Dude Foz. Is there anything else I'm missing, Ian?
No, that'll do for me.
Cool. Right. Thank you very much for listening, people, and we shall speak to you next week.
Sweet. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.